Millions of little ones start daycare, nursery and school every year. It can feel really daunting for us as parents and carers of our children, but of course it can feel pretty daunting for them too. Today I'm going to be answering your question, my little one is starting daycare, help. I'm going to talk about what you can expect, some things that we can do to help our little ones prepare for starting daycare, and some ways of helping them manage change. Hi, I'm Jen, I'm Little Ones Village Team Leader. I'm a qualified paediatric sleep consultant and mother of Heather and Carrick. Little Ones have helped over 200,000 families around the world navigating the challenges of their baby's sleep. On this channel you will find lots of useful information, tips and advice. We also have a comprehensive online programme. If you would like more information on our programme, please visit our website. The link is in the description below and that is www.little-ones.co. Okay, so back to the question in hand. My little one is starting daycare, help. My own little one has actually just started school around 4 weeks ago, so hopefully some of the things that I've done in preparation for her starting school will also help you too. It can seem daunting for us as parents and carers, and it can also seem the same for our children when starting daycare is approaching. It's a huge new adventure. There will be a myriad of emotions, I am sure, from fear, trepidation, worry, and also huge excitement. All of these feelings are absolutely normal and natural. Some children are naturally a little more relaxed about starting daycare. It could just be in their nature to take things in their stride, or they may have been in a daycare type setting for a long time with parents working. For most of them though, we're going to see some challenges in the run up to starting daycare, and indeed when they do actually start. So what can we do to help? Well, there's quite a few things that we can do to help. Preparation is the key. For our little ones, it can take time for them to understand change. They are very much still learning how to regulate their emotions, how to navigate things rationally in their little heads. By helping our little ones towards regulating their emotions, we do help them bounce back from change. So how can we help them do that? In order to regulate feelings and emotions, they have to understand what they are. So which one is which, what emotion feels like what. And we can help them do that by placing a name on the feelings and giving those feelings a little bit of context. You're probably already doing it every single day, but in the run up to starting daycare, it's a good idea maybe to be a wee bit more mindful of this. It's not difficult. It's really just saying things like, I can see you feel a little bit sad. Is that because you've lost your teddy? You look really excited just now. Are you looking forward to going to the park? These sorts of things will help our children understand why they feel a certain way. I found flashcards with my little girl really useful, and it's certainly for younger children who might struggle to verbalise how they're feeling. Flashcards can be very useful. They basically are just exactly what you think. It's a little card with emotions on them, so a sad face, a happy face, an angry face, an excited face. If they're struggling to put into words how they're feeling, they can tell you by pointing at these cards, and that then opens up an avenue for us to explore why they're feeling that way and to help them with some coping strategies to move on from feeling that way too. It's really important to let our children know it's okay to feel however they are feeling. We want to recognise and normalise the big feelings and emotions that they have. Validating their feelings is going to really help us going forward. It's also really important that we let our children know it's okay to feel the way that they do. We want to validate the feelings that they're having. So rather than telling them that it's silly to be worried or silly to be sad, we want to tell them that it's okay to feel the way that they do. We're recognising and we're normalising all of these feelings and emotions. It also means that when our children are feeling worried or anxious, they're far more likely to come to us because they know that we will welcome however they are feeling and we'll talk them through and we'll try to make them feel better. In the run up to starting daycare, there are some really useful things that you can do. This is also going to help when your children are feeling certain ways, because we can then focus on some of the positive things that we've researched and found out in the run up to starting. Daycare websites are a really good place to start. You'll probably find that there's lots of visual things that'll help on there, so they can see the layout of what their daycare might look like. They can get an idea of what sort of games, toys and equipment that they have. You can focus in on things that they find really interesting. Keep them aside in your head, because when they're having a moment or a worry or a wobble, you can reflect on the positive things that you've seen on those websites. It also means that you're taking away the fear of the unknown. That is a big part of starting daycare. It's not knowing what things look like, it's not knowing what's going to be happening. So by looking at all these things first, you are really helping to move away from the fear of the unknown, because they have an idea of what it is that's coming. Settling in visits are also a really good idea too. Most daycare places will let you do that. Have a sort of orientation week or an orientation few days. If your child is still feeling quite unsure about things, talk to daycare, because most of the time they'll let them come for 1 or 2 extra days before they kick off daycare for good. Definitely try and take a note of the teachers' names, and if you can, either on the website or possibly from the daycare, get pictures of their teachers. It's good to have familiar faces, and it will really help when they start to know who each person's called. They might have a favourite, a person that they'll gravitate towards, and that's good. You can absolutely encourage that. In the run up to starting daycare, forewarned is forearmed, just like it is for ourselves. The more advance warning your child has of change, any kind of change, and in particular in this setting, starting daycare, the better. It might help if you have a sort of visual countdown. Younger children especially probably won't have a grasp on days and weeks just yet. So if you have a visual countdown, you can count down the days with a little cross as you go, and then you're building up, and as you go, you're building up all these positive associations with going to daycare too. When they do start daycare, keep yourself really positive. Your child will be massively in tune with how you're feeling. If you're feeling a bit anxious and worried and you're showing it, it will feed down into them, and they will start mirroring how you're feeling too. So be excited, be enthusiastic, but absolutely, if your child is not on your wavelength and they are feeling worried or anxious, remember, we go back to recognising how they're feeling, validating their emotions, and then working through and reflecting on all those positive things that we've done in the run up to starting that will make them feel better about it. Just zoning in perhaps even on that toy that they wanted to play with. Talk about that teacher that they really created a bond with on their visiting days, and that'll help in the run up and when they're walking through that door. You might want to stick a little note or some sort of good luck charm or teddy or toy with your child, so in their bag or in their blazer pocket. It can help because they can give it a little squeeze, take it out and have a little hold if they're having a wee period of feeling uncertain while they're in daycare. My daughter Heather has got a tiny little cuddly hedgehog that she keeps in the blazer pocket of her jacket, and she takes that out and has a little feel or a little play or even a little chat to it if she's feeling a wee bit unsure or wobbly when she's in school. Something that has also happened completely by chance with that is that Hedgehog quite often talks to me rather than Heather, or rather Heather is being Hedgehog. Sometimes when she comes home from school she doesn't necessarily want to talk to me about school, and I certainly wouldn't force it. But quite often Hedgehog comes and tells me things that have happened, maybe things that she didn't really like or things that she was unsure or uncertain of. And that has also been a win-win. So the same might be for your child too, if they have some sort of little mascot with them too. For younger children, if they're starting daycare, their cuddly or comforter, if they have those as sleep associations, it would be a good thing to take because it'll help them settle down and sleep wherein they're in that daycare environment too. Otherwise, a cuddly or a comforter anyway, even if they're not sleeping, might be something that you want them to take, so long as of course they're not going to lose it. Keep goodbyes short and sweet. The longer that you are there saying goodbye, the more time your little one has to start worrying about you leaving. It is really important though that you do say goodbye so that they learn that you will always come back. So try to avoid doing something like sneaking off when they're distracted. We've got to be open, we're going to be honest, we're going to say goodbye, and then at the end of the day, we'll come back and get them. Try and keep your routine consistent. Do the same things in the lead up to going to daycare every day. The more we do something, the easier it gets. And this is certainly true of the leaving the house, the going to daycare and the drop off. If we keep the routine the same, it'll be much more easier for our children to cope with, and it will get better as time goes on. I hope you have found this video useful. If you would like any more information, we do have a wealth of it in our 3 to 6 year sleep and wellness programme. Again, like I said at the beginning of this, it's in our website www.little1s.co. You can click the link in the description below and it'll take you straight there, and you can have a good read through what all of that entails. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and again, if you click the little bell button, you'll be notified of any new videos as we publish them. Thank you so much for listening to me today. Good luck with your little one starting daycare, and I can't wait to chat to you all again soon.